Protest in Benue over deplorable condition of Otukpo Obi Oju Road. Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Agbakoba, backs tinubu on replacement of service chiefs over coup rumor. PDP Northern Elders Forum accused Matawalle of inducing defections to APC. On the foreign scene, former U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris hints at another run for president in 2028. Good evening. This is news updates from Trust TV. I am Chiamaka Nwafo. Thank you for joining us. The people of Igede in Benue State are calling on the federal government to urgently rehabilitate the Otukpo Obi Oju Road to ease their suffering. They made the call when they took to the streets in protest over the deplorable state of the highway, which they say has become a death trap for commuters and a haven for criminals. Trust TV's correspondent in Benue State tells us more in this report.
In a peaceful demonstration that conveyed deep frustration, hundreds of Igede people, including women, took over the Otukpo Obi Oju Road, demanding immediate government intervention to fix what they described as a completely failed federal road.
What do you want? Fix Otukpo Obi Oju Road.
Protesters said the road has remained in a dilapidated condition for years. According to them, until it is fixed, they will continue to raise their voices, hoping their cries will one day translate into concrete government action.
But when it comes to the border area of Ijegu, down to Igede land, the tractors and everybody will disappear like salt inside water. We are tired. We will not take it again. We have come and we are going to remain here 3 days after today. If you don't attend to us, we are human beings. We give our vote to the federal government. We give our vote to the state government. We give our vote to every other person and contributed to national development. We cannot be left like this. So this is just a warning.
They lamented that the hardship caused by the poor road goes beyond inconvenience, as it threatens lives and livelihoods. According to them, motorists and commuters endure endless delays, frequent vehicle breakdowns, and even attacks by bandits who take advantage of stranded travelers.
And the election is coming. We don't want this road to become a campaign strategy for our politicians. Because this road has become a campaign strategy. What they normally do during the election, they come and start giving us lies that if you vote for me, this road is going to be fixed.
When they ask us to vote for them, we always turned out in large numbers. But now it's time for them to help us. They refuse to listen to our voices. What should we do? We are tired. They should fix our road. We can no longer go to the market.
Drivers and commuters say traveling through the route daily has become a journey of frustration and loss.
And my customer, when they wait me for Avoja to carry, I don't give them. They worry me. They say, I don't chop your car. I don't say they divert their car. And I'm no day. Why supposed to go and carry car since about 3 days ago now? No movement. And no way to do to me again, to survive the motor again.
We are on the road. They are supposed to come and check the road, even if they won't repair it. This road has been in existence before I was born. Now I am grown. I'm plying the road too. Sometimes we spend 2 days on the road, eating food and drinking water that is not too good.
The protesters are appealing to the Federal Ministry of Works and the Benue State government to prioritize the rehabilitation of the Otukpo Obi Oju Road in the next phase of infrastructural projects.
The Federal Road Safety Corps has taken its Ember Month campaign to road users at major roads in the Gusau metropolis, urging them not to violate traffic rules and regulations or endanger the lives of others. The Zamfara State Sector Commander, Eliyu Maji, led the personnel to the Corps, special marshals and corps members to educate the public on the importance of obeying traffic rules to prevent road crashes and save lives. He expressed concern that road users hardly adhere to traffic regulations, adding that this resulted in avoidable road crashes, appealing to them to support the corps to ensure road-free crashes and safeguard lives of citizens.
That place within social hour. If you want to do that, take off early so that you reach your destination early. So we are out here now to sensitize members of the public. We are out here to create awareness so that people will know that the Ember Month have started. members of the unions who are ready to cooperate with us. We have the NYC Road Safety Club who are ready to carry our message in the schools. We have our staff, and we have so many people that join us. This shows that there is collaboration, synergy between we and the members of the public, and we are going to continue on that point. We are going to reach most of the communities where this issue of overloading is affected.
So we have come to call on the public to please help educate the drivers and other users able to minimize this incident happening. So I tell them to please join the safety, be able to educate our people how to make use of the road properly to avoid accidents.
Senior Advocate of Nigeria, SAN Olisa Agbakuba, has backed President Bola Tinubu's decision to replace the nation's service chiefs, describing it as a wise and timely move, especially amid rumors of an alleged coup plot. President Tinubu had on Friday announced major changes in the leadership of the armed forces as part of efforts to strengthen Nigeria's security structure. The reshuffle included the appointment of a new chief of defense staff and other top military officers. Agbakuba said the president's action showed firmness and decisiveness that were lacking in the previous administration. The former president of the Nigerian Bar Association said the timing of the president's decision was appropriate and showed leadership at a critical moment. The Nigerian police force has explained the reasons behind the transfer of human rights activist and former presidential candidate Omoyele Sowore to Kuje prison shortly after he was granted bail by the Kuje Magistrate Court in Abuja on Friday. Sowore, who was initially arrested by the police on Thursday on charges bordering on incitement and alleged breach of public peace, was arrested following his organization of the #Free Nnamdi Kanu Now protest on Monday, despite prior warnings from the police. He was subsequently arraigned alongside 12 others before the Kuje Magistrate Court on Friday, where he pleaded not guilty to the charges. The court granted bail to Sowore with 500,000 naira and 2 sureties, which his legal team was working to effect at the time of the police action. Speaking to newsmen in Abuja shortly after the incident, human rights activist Didi Adeoju accused the police of violently attacking and removing Sowore moments after his bail was granted. However, while responding to Showore's rearrest via X, the Force Public Relations Officer Benjamin Hundeyin said the police acted within the law, adding that officers were empowered to use commensurate force to carry out their duties. Hundeyin, who attached a remand warrant to his post, noted it was always been the practice that once a court grants a suspect bail, it comes with the caveat that until the bail conditions are met, the suspect remains in custody. He added that where it is clearly spelled out on the remand warrant that the suspect be remanded in a correctional facility, not police custody, it is the duty of the police to hand over the suspect to the Nigerian Correctional Service, who will then process his bail conditions. Detectives from the Central Police Station Umuahia have apprehended a 54-year-old man, Kalu Agwa Ubonaya, in connection with a cargo consignment containing arms and ammunition. According to a statement by the Abia State Police Command on Saturday, the consignment contained 26 live cartridges and another carton containing a pump-action gun with breech. In the statement signed by DSP Maureen Chinaka, the Police Public Relations Officer of the command said the arrest was made on the 17th of October, adding that further search of the consignment led to the recovery of 1 Mossberg 930 pump action and 50 rounds of live cartridges, all of which were to be received by the suspect. He further stated that Agu was said to receive the consignment on behalf of another suspect residing in the United States. The Abia State Police Command spokesperson also disclosed that one Ukandu Lech, who claimed to be a member of a vigilante group, was arrested on October 23rd by Scorpion Squad for allegedly shooting one Chukwu Emeka on his right leg in Aba. She said the gunshot victim was rushed to the hospital for medical attention, while a locally made double-barrel gun was allegedly recovered from the suspect. The security matters over in Niger State, the police command says it has arrested 2 armed robbery suspects in the Tungan Shonu area of Maje, Niger, with a white unregistered Lockheed motorcycle. This is contained in a statement by the Command's Public Relations Officer, SP Wesu Abiodun, on Saturday in the capital of Minna. According to him, the suspects are Aliyu Salihu, aged 25, and 22-year-old Jibrin Ndako, both of Barikinsali, Minna. He said during the investigation, the two suspects, armed with cutlasses, had confessed to having robbed a student at his lodge in Bida of his motorcycle, 4 cell phones, and the sum of 40,000 naira on October 22nd at about 2:30 a.m. The spokesperson added that the suspects who confessed to the crime say that they were escaping to Kogi before the arrest. He said the case has since been transferred to the State Criminals Investigation Department, SCID Minna, for further investigation. Away from security matters, the Northern Elders Unity Forum of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, has accused Minister of State for Defense Mohammed Bello Matawalle of reckless and undemocratic tactics used to lure PDP members to the ruling All Progressives Congress, APC. The forum accused Matawalle of using state influence and excessive wealth to coerce PDP supporters, including elected and party executives, into joining the APC, a move it said was aimed at weakening the opposition and destabilizing democratic balance in the region. The elders made the claim in a statement on Saturday by the forum's National Secretary, Dr. Abbas Sadoki, after a strategic meeting of PDP elders from Kaura, Namoda, Zurumi, Safe and Bungudu local governments. The group alleged that Matawalle's actions were part of a calculated political agenda ahead of the 2027 general elections. The forum expressed concern that the ongoing defection campaign is misleading many loyal PDP members with false promises of greener pastures in the APC, warning that such actions undermine political fairness, justice, and Nigeria's democratic progress. Reports from Zamfara indicate that over 24,000 PDP members, including former party executives and elders across 6 local government areas, have so far defected to the APC. The presidential candidate of the All Progressives Grand Alliance, APGA, in the 2023 general elections, Professor Peter Omadi, has announced his resignation from the party and his withdrawal from all forms of partisan politics in Nigeria. In a letter personally signed and dated October 24, 2025, addressed to the chairman of APGA Ward 1 only in our North local government area of the state, Mr. Nyekulu Jidobi, Professor Omadi expressed appreciation to APGA for granting him the opportunity to fly its flag in the last presidential election. The letter, titled Resignation from Membership of the All Progressives Grand Alliance, APGA, read in part, Justice Omadi, who ran on the Umadi Mohammed 2023 ticket, was the first jurist and law academic to emerge as a presidential candidate of a major political party in Nigeria. His campaign was anchored on the principles of rule of law, separation of powers, and due process, with a vision for social progress and equitable opportunity for all Nigerians. 34 defaulters were arrested during the October sanitation exercise in Bayelsa State this Saturday. Of those arrested, 18 offenders were male, while 16 were females, who were all taken to the State Magistrate Court in Yenagoa, the Bayelsa State capital, for constituting public nuisance, fighting and violating sanitation laws. Our reporter in the state, Friday Peters, tells us more.
Traders, including Queen Fisher from Manshan Market and Blessing Joseph from Swale Market, expressed concern over the poor attitude of some traders who failed to comply with sanitation laws. The chairperson of Manshan Market, Adavi Godnus Otobu, condemned such behavior and urged all traders to ensure cleanliness within their trading areas.
It's not the only thing where we say we take manage ourselves. They train our children. The only problem where we say we get for the people where we say that the market to get the understanding. From Monday till Saturday, only one day for the month sanitation, which are the top to people here. Most of the time they quarrel me.
They see some people boost today because they do not arrange their environment. That is why we are sleeping everywhere we meet. people can come. My advice on that is they make their place to be neat. Because today's sanitation is not good. Customer will not come because the place is dirty.
In the marketplace, you always see small quarrel, misunderstanding. I was coming out from my house when I saw the crowd, some are running, so I don't actually know what happened. I used to advise them that fruit is something that everybody needs, so they need to make the place clean, very decent, and most especially sanitation. They should not sell, because nobody fights the government. We are working together. Without the government, we cannot do anything, so we always advise them. I don't know how this thing came up today that somebody was trying to disobey.
The chairman of the Bayelsa State Environmental Sanitation Authority, Timothy Diakivie Itiedu, reiterated this morning to residents to always obey sanitation laws. He also cautioned bushers who use motor tires to roast cows to desist from the practice, describing it as hazardous to human health.
And we have noticed over time that most of these traders tend to use tire to roast their meats for economic reasons. They feel using tire is cheaper for them to roast meat than using firewood, traditional firewood that is also cheap. And so we have over time continued to sensitize them that this thing you are trying to save yourself cost have a more far-reaching effect, negative effects on the consumers you call your customers. Because the time you buy meat that is roasted with plastics, it brings some biological effects. One among them that is prominent is cancer. Cancer is largely traced to some of these activities that is from plastic.
Meanwhile, at the popular Tombia market, some butchers, also known as abattoirs operators, reportedly fled upon citing sanitation officers during the exercise. Friday, Ebimobo Peter, Trust TV News, Yenagoa.
News update on Trust. We return from the break. Reducing maternal mortality through enhanced healthcare infrastructure, recruitment and training of health workers. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. Now a recap of our top stories. We told you that people of Igede in Benue State protest the deplorable condition of Otupo Obi Ujo Road and urged urgent attention. We also told you that the senior advocate of Nigeria, Agbakuba, backs tinubu on replacement of service chiefs over coup rumor. Two other stories. Medical experts have called for improved ambulance services, enhanced healthcare infrastructure, recruitment and training of health workers, and economic empowerment of citizens as key measures to reduce maternal mortality, which remains high in Nigeria. The Zamfara State branch of the Nigerian Medical Association made the recommendation while briefing journalists in Guzo, the state capital, as part of activities marking this year's Physicians Week. The report.
According to the chairman of the Zamfara State branch of Nigerian Medical Association, Dr. Ibrahim Hanu, statistics indicate that Nigeria still ranks high in maternal mortality, with about 1,000 deaths per 100,000 live births. He attributed the trend to poverty, ignorance, poor infrastructure, insecurity, lack of effective ambulance services, and delayed decision-making. Dr. Hanu called on the government to address these challenges to stem the tide of preventable deaths.
The healthy life expectancy at birth stands at approximately 55 years. That's the life expectancy in Nigeria, which is far below average of other countries. The health worker density is about 1.83 per 1,000 population. This is far less than half of the World Health Organization minimum recommendation. Nigeria's maternal mortality and other mortality rates, including infant and neonatal mortality rates, remain very high, with the maternal mortality ratio continue to be above 1,000 deaths per 100,000 live births, among the highest globally. This is among the highest globally. Up to 80% of deaths in rural communities are linked to weakness in the primary health system, which these primary health cares are the ones found in the unserved communities.
The NMA chairman, however, commended Governor Dauda Lawal for his exceptional and transformative effort in revitalizing the healthcare system to improve the health and well-being of the people. He urged other states to emulate Zamfara's rescue commander reforms and prioritize healthcare as a foundation for development.
Under this administration, Zamfara State has witnessed a tremendous transformation through the remodeling and upgrading of hospitals, procurement and installation of state-of-the-art medical equipment, especially in the Ahmed Sani Ariman Bakura Specialist Hospital, and the procurement and distribution of essential drugs across the state, especially to primary health care centers.
As part of activities to mark the week, the NMA also donated nutritional food items and medical tablets to the Gusau Orphanage Home in support of efforts to combat malnutrition in the state.
In business, the Naira recorded its fifth straight appreciation against the United States dollar at the official foreign exchange market, ending the week on a positive note. Data from the Central Bank of Nigeria showed that the Naira strengthened on Friday to 1,457 Naira 96 kobo against the dollar, up from 1,460 Naira 49 kobo traded on Thursday. This means that the Naira gained 2 Naira 53 kobo against the dollar on a day-to-day basis. This is the fifth time the Naira has appreciated against the dollar this week, with the highest gain recorded on Monday, October 20, 2025. At the block market, the Naira remained flat at 1,500 Naira per dollar from Monday to Friday this week. This comes as the country's external reserves sustained their upward trend, rising to $42.87 billion as of October 22nd, 2025. Away from Nigeria, Kamala Harris says she still sees herself as having a political future and may run for the White House in 2028. In her first UK interview, Harris says she would possibly be president one day and was confident there will be a woman in the White House in the future, making her strongest suggestion to date that she will make another presidential bid in 2028 after losing to Donald Trump last year. Harris dismissed polls that put her as an outsider to become the Democrats' pick for the next election. Harris also turned her fire on her former rival, branding Trump a tyrant, and said warnings she made about him on the campaign trail had been proved right. As the Democratic Party searches for answers about Republican Donald Trump's decisive victory 1 year ago, much of the blame has been directed at former President Joe Biden for not standing down sooner. But there have also been questions raised about whether Harris could have run a better campaign and set out a clearer message on the number one issue, the economy. And in sports, Turkish league giants Galatasaray have raked in the sum of 31 million euros in Super Eagles striker Victor Osimhen since his signing from Napoli for a record 75 million euros, reports BNSports.com. According to Turkish media, Osimhen has brought in 23 million euros from the Champions League, including his appearance fee and 2 wins. The significant amount of money was for his goals in both the league and the Champions League. Osimhen, who played a key role in last season's championship, earned the club 18.8 million euros in fees for his entry into the Champions League. Galatasaray, unable to secure a point from the Frankfurt match in Germany, and an additional 4.2 million euros from the victories over Liverpool and Bodo Glimt, thanks to Osimhen's goals. Thus, Osimhen's contribution from the Champions League alone reached 23 million euros. Galatasaray, continuing its undefeated run in the league, is confidently striving for another championship under Osimhen's leadership. That concludes news updates at this time. For more of our news, programs and documentaries, do well with our social media platforms and on our YouTube live stream. My name is Chama Kamwafo. Thank you for joining us at this time. Good evening.